Good morning.
Good morning, teacher.
So, students, yesterday we learned about.
Natural resources.
Yes, so what is the meaning of natural resources?
The resources that we get from nature is known as natural resources.
Can you give me some of the examples of it?
Air, water, sunlight, wind.
Yes, very good. So, further, what we studied more?
We studied about the classification of natural resources.
Yes, can you tell me what was the classification of it?
Yes, teacher, they are classified into two parts, that is inexhaustible resources and the next one is exhaustible resources.
Okay, so can anyone explain what is inexhaustible resources?
The resources which are present in unlimited quantity and that cannot be exhausted are known as inexhaustible resources.
Give me some examples of them.
Soil, water, wind, sunlight.
Yes, very good. So, the substances that are present in unlimited quantity and that cannot be exhausted is known as inexhaustible resources. Now, the next is exhaustible resources. Can anyone tell me what is exhaustible resources?
The resources which are present in limited quantity and they will be exhausted after more and more use.
Yes, so for not getting the shortage of these resources, what we can do is.
We can conserve these resources.
Yes, now give me some examples of them.
Oil, natural gas and coal.
Yes, very good. So after the classification, what we learned further?
Teacher, we learned that the natural resources are present in the earth's crust.
Yes, what is that part called?
Earth's lithosphere.
Yes, and from which thing it is made of?
It is made up of land and hard crust.
Right, so I have explained you yesterday na, that how minerals are formed in the earth crust.
Yes.
Yes, and after that we studied about.
Minerals and ores.
Yes, so do you remember what is mineral and ores?
Minerals are solid substances present in nature formed by various processes taking place in environment.
Correct. Now, one tell me what is ores?
Ores are minerals that contain high proportion of metals.
Yes, correct. Okay, so after that we studied how are minerals formed, right? I have explained you that the earth's layer and how they are formed and how magnetite and mica is useful as mineral and ores, right?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, so along with that I have also explained you that how crystal type of minerals are formed in the earth's crust, right?
Yes, they are formed when solid crystal remains behind after the process of evaporation.
Yes, correct. After that, I explained you that how minerals transform from one form to another, right? I have given you two examples here that are diamond and graphite. After that, I also explained you that some minerals are formed by the living organisms, okay, that are inorganic minerals. I have also shown you this a small chart that was the classification of minerals according to their property. Next, I explained you that gem and gem-like minerals are also formed. Okay. After this, I explained you that what are the important minerals and ores which are useful to us. Okay, I explained you them one by one that what things are made up of them and how they are useful to us. Now we will start our today's topic, that is formation of coal. Now see in this picture you can see that the uh, time, pressure, heat and then coal, how the coal is formed. It includes all this process through which the coal is formed naturally. Now, the coal is termed as fossil fuels and it is found in coal mines and storehouse of carbon burnt to obtain heat energy. Okay, when you burn coal, what we obtain from it? We obtain heat and energy. Now, coal is burned to obtain heat and energy. You have seen that the coal is used for many purposes, like ancient era or in the olden times, we use coal to run a train. Okay, coal is also used to generate electricity, and in villages, people uses coal as their fuel for burning their gases so that they can cook food on it. Now, there are many type of coals. See, some of the types are given here. Now see the use of coals. Fuel in thermal power plant to run boilers and railway engines. Okay, so coal are used in these two places to generate energy from it. Coal is also used for cooking and baking bricks in kilns. Now let's get to the next point, that is mineral oil. So what is mineral oil? So liquid fuel formed by decomposition of organic substances buried underground. Underground mineral oil extractions from the oil wells found in soil sands, shale, sandstones, limestone at depth of 1000 and 3000 meter, petroleum, crude oil, greenish brown in color. Okay, these are some of the examples of minerals oils. That what are mineral oils? So minerals oil are basically the liquid fuel formed by decomposition of organic substances buried underground. Okay, and the extraction of the minerals oils are done from the oil well. Okay, and this oil or mineral oil is found in the oil sands, shale, sandstones, limestone, or at the depth at 1000 and 3000 meter. Okay, and minerals oil are helpful for making petroleum and crude oil from it, and the color of the mineral oil is greenish brown in color. So this is the mineral oil, how it is formed and what can be made from it. Now let's get to the natural gases. Now natural gases are of many types. Okay, so natural gas is one of the important fossil fuels and found associated with petrol in underground oil wells. Then main components is methane in this natural gas. Then there is ethane, propane, butane. Okay, that all is present in small proportion. And these natural gases are formed by the remains of organisms buried deep underground and subjected to high pressure. Okay, these are also converted because of the momentum of earth. Then fuel carried by gas pipeline. These natural gases are transported or carried out by the gas pipelines. Okay, and the CNG and the LNG are the two things that are made from this natural gases. Now let's see some of the characteristic of CNG. So CNG catches fire easily, and no solid waste remained after the consumption of CNG. Okay, CO2 and H2O formed in small quantities. Other pollutants are not produced by the use of CNG, and the CNG can be transported easily and the consumption can be controlled very easily. See, some of the resources are also obtained from the forest, so they are known as forest resources. In forest, you will find a lot of variety of wood plant that gives you a number of minerals or material, or you can say they give different type of woods. Okay, so this forest resource has two functions. One is protective function and another one is productive function. So now one by one we will see. So first we will see that what is protection function of forest. So the protection function of forest is that reduce the velocity of water flowing over the land, prevention of soil erosion, percolation of water into the ground, control floods, reduces the rate of evaporation, protect wildlife, maintains the balance of atmospheric gases. Now let's get to the another function, that is productive function. Basically they are from the medicinal plant, like plants like adulsa, bell, neem, periwinkle, cinnamon, kenoka, ashwagandha, satravari, avla and tulsi. These all are the useful medicinal plants used in medicines. Okay, so now in the side you can see that how their medical uses are there. They have given one by one. Okay, like adulsa is used in medical issues like cough and cold. bell in diarrhea, neem in fever and cold, periwinkle in cancer, cinnamon in diarrhea and nausea, then cinona in malaria, ashwagandha in asthma and erythesis, Shastravari in diarrhea, cough, and it also boosts immunity. Then Avla helps in curing the diarrhea, dysentery, anti-cancer properties, and hair loss. And Tulsi has asthma, bronchitis, cold, and fuel. Okay, so now some of the productive function also include wood. Okay, the productive function of a forest is that it gives us the many variety of wood. Some of the following you can see here, they are basically for firewood. Okay, and then next one is that how we can make furniture from those using those woods, and many more things can be made using of that wood. Now along with wood they also gives us fiber, paper, rubber, and gums. There are many uses of one tree that can be seen, and some fragile essentials oils are also being obtained from those plants like lemongrass, vanilla, kevada, vetiver, and eucalyptus. Okay, along with that they also help in making soaps, cosmetics, and instant sticks. Basically the sandalwood and eucalyptus oils are used for these purposes. So the next productive function you can see that from forest we get fruits, bulb and roots, then honey, sealing wax, caoutchouc, and etc. Now we will see that how we can conserve a forest. Like this all are mainly useful things to us, so we need to conserve them. No one else is going to do that, so our duty as a human is to conserve our forest. So for that what you can do is, young trees should not be cut. The young trees should not be cut down. Many more trees which are cut down should be planted again and looked after. Yes, the more you cut the tree, the more you keep on planting it, so that there is not a shortage of thing at a certain period of time. Then next is strengthening restrictions, laws, regulations should be strictly followed. Like some areas are declared as forest reserve, then also the people are illegally cutting down the trees there, and they are violating the rules and laws. So this should be strictly followed by everyone so that the forest would be conserved. Now next we will see is ocean resource. Now what is ocean resource? So the resources available in seas and oceans are called as marine resources. Okay, so sea waves at low and high tides and ocean currents are used for generation of power. Have you listened this ever?
Yes, teacher. The flow of water generates the electricity.
Yes, correct. So along with that, minerals and block source also are formed from oceans. So minerals like tin, chromium, phosphate, copper, zinc, iron, lead, manganese, sulfur, uranium, etc. are also formed from the ocean. And along with it there are many type of gems, conchs, shells, and pearls that are formed from there, and a large scale of reserves of mineral oil and natural gases. So now in this picture you can see that how water is used to generate thermal energy or atomic energy. See this camera. This was used in the ancient time, and the use of flash bulb of camera manganese was used. Okay. So now see potassium is used to making of soaps and use of production of soap, glasses, and fertilizers. Then sodium is used to produce cloth and paper. Then sulfate is used for making artificial silk. Ocean resources also consist of the marine animals that we can found there. Like some of the fishes like pomfret, seerfish, shrimps, and prawns. They are the source of protein and vitamins as well. Dry shrimps, Bombay duck powder are used for poultry feed and for good manicure. Now talking about the shells, they are used for many purposes like for making of the medicines. They are also used to making ornament and to make home decors. Now the bioresource of ocean also consists of shark and codfish, which are mainly used to making edible oils which are rich in vitamin D, E, and vitamin A. Sea cucumber is also used for medicines for treatment of cancer and tumors. Ocean resources also acquire marine occupations like fishing, salt farming, and transport businesses. It also consists of sea tourism and manufacturing of decorative articles. So students, here our topic natural resources comes to an end. So now let me take one short recapitulation on whatever we have studied today. So firstly we studied that how minerals are formed. Firstly we studied that how coal is formed. Then we find out that what is mineral oil and what are the forest resource as well as what are the ocean resource and how they are helpful in our day to day life. Okay. So students, here I am ending the class and you have to do your evaluation homework as well as the assignment I am giving you here. Okay.